Now, I won't lie to you, my friends, Phantom Blade Zero holds a very special place in my heart. For one, this upcoming wuxia/horror/spectacle action game is shaping up to be a truly impressive and beautiful looking title, but it's also because of its over-the-top action, which has seen it lodge multiple swords, spears and claws and other magical doodads right into my arteries. Honestly, I think I'm actually dead.
Mom! Dad!
Jules.
That's right, Dad!
Tired of waiting for this game, but to tide us over, why don't we detail 7 things you absolutely need to know about Phantom Blade Zero? So that's the name of this video. Number 7, you only have 66 days to live. Now right out of the gate, Phantom Blade Zero hits you with the ultimate gaming motivator, a literal death timer. Here you play as Soul, a legendary assassin who has exactly 66 days left to live, courtesy of some extremely rude and mysterious forces who've killed your master and left you footing the blame. Yet instead of lying down and accepting his fate, Soul does exactly what all great action heroes do, and that is getting violent. He is a murder machine on the clock, and so every decision, revelation, battle, and defeat costs you more than just your pride, it costs you time. This isn't a game about getting stronger, it's about making your remaining time in this world actually matter, so chop chop. And by that, I mean literal chop chop, because there are a lot of enemies in your way. Number 6, the world. The world of Phantom Blade Zero is a surreal mix of martial arts myth, cosmic horror, ancient gods, and deeply unsettling vibes. And in a move that will be sure to cause Dark Souls fans to salivate, barely anything about the world itself is explained directly to the player. Love that for us. Instead, Phantom Blade Zero leans heavily on environmental storytelling, letting ruined temples, grotesque enemies, and half-forgotten legends do all the talking. As the game's Steam page notes, every story, rumor, and whisper speaks to the wider world, and it's up to you to pull the strings together into some semblance of meaning. That being said, and as beautiful as the world is around you, it is a hostile and unforgiving place. Luckily, you've got more than a few tricks up your sleeves because, number 5, there are over 30 weapons to wield. If you're bored with RPGs giving you a string of sticks and twigs that do slightly better damage than one another, then Phantom Blade Zero is going to feel like a breath of minty fresh air, as here you'll be able to mess around with over 30 different weapons, each with their own bespoke playstyle. And if you're for some reason bored with all the weapons that you've got, there's a chance that upon defeating a high-level enemy that you'll end up stealing their weapon as well. I mean, they're not using it, so why not let that sword sing? Plus, you'll also be able to enhance your weapons with their signature techniques, turning you into a master of the battlefield. Number 4, cutting-edge motion capture technology. If Phantom Blade Zero's combat looks like a high-budget martial arts film, that's because it kind of is. The developers used real martial artists and cutting-edge motion capture technology to create animations that feel fluid, brutal, and frighteningly precise. In fact, our own Tom Farthing even got to experience the joys of mocap when he and the team visited the developers to learn more about Phantom Blade Zero. Not only did he get strung up like a kipper and thrown about through the air, but he also got to record his own death animation. Fingers crossed that's actually made its way into the final game. Now back to the actual gameplay though, this stunning motion capture tech allows for all of the combat to rest carefully on precise dodging and attacking. You'll slip through a flurry of blade strikes by reading enemy attacks well and look bloody good doing it, but like I said before, you'll need to be watching things very carefully because this, well, is pixel perfect. Number 3, it's not a Souls-like. Now, despite what you might initially think, Phantom Blade Zero is not a Souls-like, and the developers are very keen for you to know that fact. Yes, it's challenging, yes, enemies will absolutely ruin your day, and yes, you'll likely cry into your Solaire-branded body pillow a few times upon the monstrous bosses turning you into a red smudge, but this is not a Souls-like. For example, enemies don't respawn when you rest, meaning progress actually sticks. Combat is faster, more aggressive and momentum driven, which rewards mastery rather than just like cautious turtle poking. And yes, I definitely get through all the Dark Souls games like that. And the result is something closer to a high skill action game with RPG elements, feeling much more platinum gamed than Dark Souls. Number 2, it's technically a remake. Now here's a weird bit of trivia. Phantom Blade Zero is technically a remake. Kind of. You see, the game traces its roots all the way back to a series of indie RPG maker titles called Rainblood, created years ago by director Soulframe Liang. Those games introduced the world, the themes, and the characters that formed the backbone of Phantom Blade Zero. You see, after founding S-Game, Liang returned to the original version and rebuilt it from the ground up with modern tech, a bigger team, and a few more pixels here and there in case you couldn't tell. In a PlayStation blog, he actually described Phantom Blade Zero as a reimagining rather than a straight remake, keeping the soul intact while completely transforming pretty much everything else. And number 1, the release date. And finally, the big one. Phantom Blade Zero is currently slated to be released on September the 9th, 2026 for PC and PS5. Unfortunately, Xbox owners will have to wait a little bit longer, and by that I mean a full year thanks to an exclusivity agreement with Sony, but for the rest of us, that's not long at all to wait until we get our hands on what could be a generational banger of an action title. And there we go, my friends. Those were 7 things you need to know about Phantom Blade Zero. I hope you enjoyed that, and let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. As always, I've been Jules, so you can go follow me over on Instagram and Blue Sky, where I'm at RetroJ, but the O is a 0. And I hope to see you over there, my friends, so you can check out all the work that I'm doing. We can just have a little chat. But before I go, I just want to say one thing. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hoping you're treating yourself well with that love and respect that you deserve, because you are the bloody best, alright? Big love to you, my friend, and I hope that you're smashing it out there, whatever it is you're getting up to. As always, I've been Jules, you have been awesome, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!